Well, good afternoon, all my YouTube friends. Once again, I'm up on the roof of my Winnebago RV, just looking around because it's a beautiful sunny day down here in Kissimmee, Florida. And I noticed something. Of course, I always find something that seems like my caulking joint on my Sealant fiberglass roof, where it meets this extruded aluminum rail, is beginning to fail. Now, Winnebago will tell you need to inspect this joint. I think every 6 months, twice a year, they want you to make, because it's very important. And if you watch this YouTube channel, it's called AZ Expert. He has a lot of good videos, a lot of scary videos of these Winnebago roofs where the seal fails, it doesn't get watched after and taken care of, and then the fiberglass will pop out, wind gets under it and rips it right off. So if you go to Winnebago, you always get up on your roof. If you're not comfortable getting on your roof, have someone else do it for you, or at least get a ladder where you can get up here and look at this edge. Because I look back at my notes, I think I sealed this a little over 2.5 years ago. I've done it twice since we've owned the RV. We had it for about 10 years, where I've peeled out all the caulking and did a reseal. And I went all the way up and down the RV, and I found 2 places where it's let go. You see right here, water's going to get in. And I got a little spot here where water's getting in. So I'm just going to cut out these 2 places, but I'm going to do a little something different this time. Now, Winnebago recommends this stuff here, Manus Bond 75 AM. That's what I've always used. But AZ Expert, he likes using this Proflex. So I'm going to try Proflex instead. So I'm going to cut this out, put in a little Proflex, put some on right here. And then that way we'll have both products side by side. We can kind of do a comparison over the years to see how it holds up. Now also, about 2 or 3 years ago, my original seal here finally failed. I finally got a little water inside the RV, and I peeled all that out. And of course I made a video on it like I do everything. And it's holding up really good. And this right here is also the Manus Bond. So I got me a razor blade, some alcohol, some stuff here. So I'm gonna cut this out right now and do a little experiment. We'll see how it looks. Okay, so you can see how I've got this cut out, and you can see like where the dirt had been traveling. So you can see we've been getting in there. And also, and you probably can't see it here, but just below this there's a weep hole. And there's holes about every 4 foot or so. So if water does get in there, the water will get out. And this is not so much to keep the water out of your RV, but to keep this attached. So if this seal fails and the wind gets just right and it peels your roof off, you're not going to like the bill. So, but it is very important to keep this sealed up. So now I'm going to do my little experiment, and I'm assuming this failed probably caused poor prep. So I'm probably have to blame myself on that. Maybe now what I did this time, I took me some alcohol and ran down here and wiped it really good and clean and dry. And I'm thinking that this Proflex, maybe it has a better adhesion to it. It'll stick better. I think the AZ Expert talks about how this tends to dry out and doesn't stick as well. And so, well, this will be a good test for us because we're going to have both here on the same rail. We'll see how it holds up. So I'm going to lay a bead of caulk on here, and then also I'm going to put a link to my original video where I go into more detail about how important this is and what the manual says about it. So let me get to caulking. Alright, so you see how I took care of that? Let me bead a caulk on there, or whatever this stuff is called again. What's the name of it? It's called Proflex. And it goes in really smooth. It was some stuff is harder to caulk than others. This seemed to lay down really well for me. But I did notice something else I don't like, is that's right here on the cap. So you can see here where this is the Manus Bond I used, but you can see where it hits the paint, it's not sticking. Make sure I got my camera down there. You see the gap? So I think while I'm here, I'm going to cut this out with a razor blade and lay me a bead of this Proflex right there also. Alright, so now I got that took care of. So hopefully we'll have no water intrusion. So catch next pretty day you can catch, get up here, or at least get a ladder. Get alongside your fiberglass roof, push, make sure there's no gaps. If you got a gap that opens up, you need to get that fixed and get it fixed quick. Don't wait, take off on a trip and lose part of your roof. anyhow, I guess that's all I got. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed day. See you, bye. Okay, I got a little PS for you. It's been 2 months since I did that video. Now we're down in Florida, and now we're back home. And I just thought I'd do a follow-up to show you 2 months later what it looks like. It's still nice and soft. But even this stuff, I think this may be like 2 years old. It's doing pretty good. But in hindsight, I would definitely probably go with the white instead of the clear, because you see the clear kind of going to get dirty. Won't look near as good as what the white would. Then I show you this other little part I did here. Still holding up good. So anyways, we'll keep an eye on this over the years, and we'll see which holds up better. So I'm liking it so far. Looks like good stuff. I believe my experience with this over time, it does get harder and harder and dries out. And because I've had to chip it out before and replace it. Since we've had this RV 10 years, I guess I've done this at least twice, I believe. Pulled all this out and resealed it. So that's something you need to keep an eye on yours. In fact, I just talked to a fella, his RV, he lost the rear section of his fiberglass roof. And in fact, he wasn't even driving there. It was just a hard gust of wind, straight line wind. And I guess a little piece of this the wind got under it, it popped out, and it just ripped a big section of it off the rear. So luckily he had insurance. I think he said it was like a $15,000 repair bill to take off all the air conditioners to put a whole new roof on. About $15,000. So if you want to avoid that big bill, keep an eye on your sealant here. Keep that in good shape, and you'll save yourself a bunch of money. All right, I guess that'll do you. I'll put this video together and get it posted. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.